I want to talk about race. So start out with race. An interesting piece. It's a repost of a Salon piece over at salon.com. Babylon's Sister reposted a piece of it over at Democratic Underground with this headline, which I'm assuming is Babylon Sister's headline rather than the headline from Salon. Rudy Giuliani crosses line on race. Why Republicans must finally push back on his recklessness. Okay. And, you know, Elias Isquith wrote the piece for Salon. And I'm not sure if this is the commentary or from the piece, but blaming the murder of 2 NYPD officers on President Obama isn't just stupid, it's delegitimizing and obscene. You recall Rudy Giuliani went on national television after these 2 police officers were shot by a mentally ill black man in New York City, and who had just shot his girlfriend. Didn't kill her, but he killed the 2 police officers. Giuliani went on national television and said that the president had begun this process of basically calling for violence against the police, and that the mayor was continuing it. Here's the exact quote. Giuliani said, "We've had 4 months of propaganda, starting with the president, that everyone should hate the police." This was on Fox News Sunday morning, a week ago. "The protests are being embraced. The protests are being encouraged. Even the peaceful protests," he said, "lead to a conclusion. The police are bad. The police are racist." And then this is the commentary in the piece. "We should be shaken and concerned by the complete lack of pushback from other elite Republicans to Giuliani." I mean, where are the Republicans saying, former Mayor Giuliani, you've gone off the rails. President never said hate the police. Bill de Blasio never said hate the police. I mean, this is wild, bigoted, bizarre stuff. And zero, to the best of my knowledge. I mean, maybe you know of one that I don't know of. But no Republicans have come out and said, Giuliani, you crossed the line. And he certainly wasn't censured by Fox News for this, or criticized by Fox News for it. Kelly Goff has an interesting piece. So there's 3 stories here I want to share with you about race, and then move on to other things. And if you have thoughts on these things, call in. We'll talk about it. Kelly Goff, who's been on our program a couple of times over the years, a thoughtful young woman, African-American woman. She says, Obama is right on race. The media is wrong. And she points out, the president recently said, quote, "I actually think it's probably," and he's talking about America. He said, "I actually think it's probably in its day-to-day interactions less racially divided than when he took office." In other words, President Obama is saying in the 6 years that he's been president, the country has become less racially divided. The right-wing media went nuts when he said this. How can you say that? Look at all those black people protesting in Ferguson and black people protesting in New York City and a black guy killing 2 cops in New York. Obviously, there's a huge racial divide in this country and it's getting worse and worse and worse. Well, no, says Kelly Goff. And I agree with her. I mean, the fact that people are protesting and it has broken through into the largely white-controlled mainstream media, the corporate media in America, I think is a sign that that people are coming together on race in the United States rather than fracturing, number one. And number 2, then Kelly Goff lays out a couple statistics of which I was unaware, but makes absolute sense. She says the number of interracial married couples reached an all-time high in 2012, the last year that we have statistics for. This was 3 years after President Obama took office, jumping from 7% in 2000, 7% in 2000 when George W. Bush won the election or was given the election by the Supreme Court. 7% of marriages were interracial. 18% in 2012. That's more than doubling. And I'll, as a person who has a person in my direct family, or a larger family, the husband of one of my cousins, who is not a white male, in quotes. I think she's absolutely right. Large families who have been racially homogenous for years now are becoming heterogeneous, if I'm using those words right. Or do I have it backwards? I always mix those two words up. I think, Shane thinks I'm right. Anyway, this is how she says it. A large number of Americans are now either related to someone or know someone who is in one or has been in a interracial relationship. Furthermore, mixed race children are the fastest growing population in the country. And she says this is going to spark an evolution of sort. And I think this is the same thing with the whole gay marriage thing. It's like sometime in the last 10 years or so, and there's probably somebody who's a real authority on this who could pinpoint it. Gay people, high-profile gay people, included, like in the media, started coming out. And in families, gay people started coming out, and suddenly everybody discovered they've got a gay person somewhere in their family. And so, we went from literally being gay being a felony in the United States 30 and 40 years ago, maybe even 20 years ago, and some parts of the South, it may even be that way today, to the vast majority of Americans supporting gay marriage. Well, she says in 1958, only 4% of Americans supported interracial couples. 1958, 4%. By 2012, it's 87%. We've flipped on this. Okay, it's a good thing. And then just along these lines, but there's one group that really doesn't seem to have caught up with the rest of us, and that's the police, it seems. A woman drives through suburban Chattanooga neighborhood clad in body armor. Reading this from Talking Points memo, piece by Josh Marshall. Hand out the driver's side window, shooting at cars and people. She pointed her firearm at the police, but was taken into custody without injury. She was white. Two guys show up at a Walmart, pick up the BB guns, load them, and start shooting people. Police come. They're in custody. They're not dead. White guys.